All rise. The Honorable Judge Luv presiding. Please silence your cell phones. No outbursts. And overall, just shut the hell up.
Common Sense Court is now in session. First case on the docket is one of parental neglect. Let me see the evidence.
Get out of my house! Pack your and get out now! Hurry up!
Now, after looking at the evidence, I've learned a few things about this case. First, I want to say that these kids been here before. You know how I know they've been here before? Neither one of them cried about getting put out. That means that somewhere, some no-good Negro has been reincarnated and has come back as one of these two little boys. Because they had no problem with getting put out. They were like, well, if that's what you say, it is what it is. Another thing, I kind of blame the mother for this. I know you're mad about the flour being everywhere, but this is partially your fault because I can tell what type of parent you are. And I don't even know you, ma'am. I know what type of parent you are because you bought this ugly-ass red sofa. Who go to the furniture store and see the thousands of sofas in there and say, let me get the red leather sofa? This sofa looked like Steve Harvey lips if he had on red lipstick. This is a shame that you have purchased this sofa, man. So that speaks to your decision-making process right there. And lastly, but definitely not least, this first little boy, look how fast he left. He didn't question or nothing. She said, get out of my house. He got up and got his ass at her house. He been here before, and he is super extra shiftless. And matter of fact, let me say this. He been put out since he been here this time. Yeah, he been put out before. He been put out of the house since he been in diapers. Somebody has said get out of my house to him before because he knew exactly what to do. I think I could slightly hear in the background him packing up his stuff to leave. So ma'am, I find you partially guilty for this flowering of your floor, and I find your kids partially guilty of flowering of your floor. But ultimately, I think it's your fault because they ain't nowhere in the hell you supposed to leave two kids that young alone long enough to let something like this happen. So you, ma'am, you guilty. It's your fault. You're a horrible parent. Next case! Next case on the docket, we're here to find out the yes or no answer to whether or not Steve Harvey's daughter is a whore. Because she has been, now she's linked to Michael B. Jordan, and they are in a relationship, but she's also linked to other several high-profile celebrities. So the question has been going around, does this make her a whore? Now, the court does not see the validity in this argument. She's in her early 20s. What better time to whore than when you in your early 20s? You got time for your coochie to rejuvenate itself and snap back. You put the mileage on it now. That way, once you get older, it tightens up a little bit. So that's that piece of it. Secondly, that is that little girl's coochie, and whatever she decide to do with that, who are you to judge what she do with her coochie? That don't belong to you. You don't have no say, so you didn't put in on that coochie. So why are you so concerned with what that woman doing with her coochie? Now I know some of you, Mr. Smarty Hard Negroes, gonna say, well, Lev, how would you feel if it was your daughter? Well, if it was my daughter, I would rather her be dating Michael B. Jordan than some of these garbage ass dudes some of y'all daughters are dating. How about them apples? So if you are going to be a whore, Michael B. Jordan, Diddy's son, and multiple other platinum selling rappers ain't bad people to be whores for. Some of y'all daughters is being whores for dudes who ain't never gonna be shit. I find her not guilty of being a whore. Next case! Seems like that was the last case on the docket for the day. Yeah, we have no further case. So if we are done with cases for the day, I guess we can adjourn court for the day. Court dismissed.